Howdy, folks. Widget Walls from NeedCoffee.com here. Back again for another Wayhomer review. Here's how this works. I have just left the cinema. That's it over here. And I've seen a film, and I'm going to tell you about it on my way home. And the film we're here today to talk about is Battle Los Angeles. And before I get started, let me just say that we just had this disaster in Japan, which is terrible. And if you've been online at all, you've seen some of the footage, and it's horrendous. So it's fictional devastation of a city has nothing on real devastation of a city. And so everybody here at Need Coffee, our thoughts go out to the folks in Japan for what they're going through. And we actually have a friend in Japan that we're waiting to hear from. So we hope we hear from him soon. So just because we're talking about fictional aliens blowing up stuff, there's a lot of real stuff getting blown up, and it's never good. So this is me from the guy who saw Sum of All Fears, like right after 9/11, which that was a very sober audience. Let's put it that way. But that being said, we are here to talk about Battle Los Angeles. So, what can I tell you about Battle Los Angeles? Well, the trailer pretty much says it all, which is that aliens show up disguised as meteors and start to kick ass, take us by surprise, and start to they just hand us our ass. Us being Earthlings, humans. And so this movie basically concentrates on one group of soldiers in Los Angeles who are doing the Battle of Los Angeles to try to hold the city because everything else is, getting wiped off the map. And that's pretty much the plot. I mean, they are in the shit, so to speak. So here's the thing. Let's get to the main question first. And this is what I think is on the minds of everyone who is looking at this. Watch this trailer and going, another alien invasion movie. Do we really need another alien invasion movie? What was it? I was talking to Bailey earlier, and he said, is this just going to be War of the Worlds all over again? And I said, yes, probably without the cold. Cold-induced symptoms, whatever. But here's the thing. Is it another alien invasion movie? Yes. And the problem is, apart from this person's crazy driving, the problem is that, there's only so many different ways you can spin an alien invasion movie, and I think that's why everyone is kind of, apprehensive about it. There are a lot of the same tropes. I don't want to specifically go into them because some of those are spoilers, but are you going to see a lot of things that you've seen before? Yes. Are you going to see a couple of kind of wicked things that you have not seen before? Yeah. The trailer, I think, does a really good job of selling what this is, which it is, once they hit the ground running, and they do that fairly quickly to their advantage, it's pretty much a running gun battle from jump. Which is good. I mean, they basically have gone to the Predator school of setting up characters, in that they very quickly. I mean, if you've seen the movie Predator, I've used that as an example before, as a great example of how you can very quickly establish who characters are enough so that we realize that they're human beings, kind of shorthand for, yes, they are real and we should care about them. It does this in a, not exactly the smoothest way, but good enough for a film like this, right? So very quickly establish these characters, who they are, so that we at least have distinctive, different characters, and then we go to war. And shit happens. And from that point, the tension is pretty much on. The film does not stop moving. It is a running gun battle. Pretty much, through the whole thing. And that is why the film works, is because if there are any things where you're going, oh man, I've seen this 1,000 times, or oh this, or oh that. Well, guess what? You don't have time to deal with it because they're running and shooting and, oh shit, right? So, that's to its advantage. It does that really well. It delivers on the promise of, a running gun battle on the street level running gun battle as part of an alien invasion, with just enough of what's going on in the outside world to where you get the scope of what's happening, but it still stays very much with these people in their situation. Which is nice, which is a nice little spin on what's going on. You don't have this Independence Day Irwin Allen cast of thousands, right, to deal with. It's just these people and what they're dealing with at the moment, trying not to die. So that it does really well. It's not... first of all, if you're talking about a running gun battle, the expectations aren't the same as like an Independence Day or something like that. So you can get away with more. I guess there's more wiggle room as to, is this working, is this not, because of what I said, because of the velocity of what's happening. So that's good. There are a couple of things that could have been better. There are some characters that are red shirts. And I think you know what I mean by that. They're basically walking around with a target on their head, and they're going to die, and it's just a matter of time. And some of you can literally call it. You can go, okay, this guy is about to die. And to their credit, sometimes it doesn't work like that. Some characters where you think they're going to check out, they don't check out like that, right? So it's not entirely telegraphed, if that makes sense. The only thing that they really did wrong, which really threw me, and which I was afraid the film was not going to be able to recover from completely, was that you've got this velocity going, right? It's movement, constant movement. Even when nothing's happening, there's still tension. There's still a kind of going on. You're moving if they're not moving, right? There's still motion happening. And then towards the end, they stop. I mean, everything stops so that they can deal with this one subplot. That's, don't get me wrong, it's an important subplot that speaks to the heart of what's going on, and it's a little bit too, I don't even know how to describe it. It's handled in too rah-rah a fashion, too honor, death, and glory a fashion, pretty much. When they could have done like the same dialogue, but if they had done it on a moving vehicle. I mean, if they had done anything just to make sure that we were being propelled forward through the plot, it would have been better. But instead, we kind of just screeched to a halt, and that's very disruptive to what they've been doing, and what they've been doing really right. Now, the good news is the film does recover from that, right? And it goes on and then proceeds at the same speed of stuff blowing up and people going, ah, and guns going off and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's all good. So, it's not a perfect film, but it's a good film. I enjoyed it. I basically got what I came for, right? Did it blow me away? Is it, the best alien invasion movie to come on? No. But, I mean, they can't all be, they can't all be complete and total, 4-star winners. But this one's a good 3 out of 5 cups, I think. I mean, because, it did what it set out to do, and a little more. I was not expecting to have that much tension going on for as long as it did. And the fact that it was able to maintain that, I find really impressive, actually. I wish they had been able to maintain it. I think maybe they knew they had to deal with this thing, and maybe they felt like we needed a break. But, sometimes you don't want a break. I mean, sometimes you want, once it starts, to just keep going. I don't know, I'm guessing at what they were going for. I just think it could have been handled a little bit better. But yeah, apart from that and a few little bumps of things, like with the different characters you knew were going to die, not a bad film. My recommendation would be, if what I've described appeals to you, basically, Marines being Marines and fighting aliens, which there's a lot to be said for that. I mean, that appeals to me. But if that appeals to you specifically, go catch a matinee this weekend and just be prepared for what I talked about. You'll probably have a great time. If that does appeal to you, but not so much to be able to get you out of the house, wait and do it for a rental, and I don't think you'll lose anything. I mean, it was nice on the big screen, I think, but if you got a decent setup at home, you'll probably be fine. So there you go, Battle Los Angeles, 3 out of 5 cups, and that's another Wayhomer in the can. So we appreciate everybody who watches these things. If you do enjoy these, please, as we say each time, Facebook us, stumble us, share us on Twitter, whatever social network it is that you do. If you're texting people, I don't know, whatever. Share us with somebody else. Share us with someone you care about, and we appreciate it because that gets the word out, and that helps us more than you know. So again, our thoughts go out to the folks in Japan, and we hope we hear from our friends soon, and we hope if you've got friends over there that you hear from them very soon as well. So we'll see you on Need Coffee soon, and I got crazy people in front of me, so I'll just wave at you. Bye.